when I hear that song, I think of just kind of the place that someone would be in for a song like that to like be birthed out of them, and like for it to come from such an honest place. You can hear that there's like when it was written, when it was saying, it came from a place of like an actual need for rest, and like and even the lyrics in the verses, like I take your hand, you lead me sometimes I can't stand, so you just carry me. And then the second verse, when it says like my mind is loud now, would you quiet me by your love? And anyway, so I was just curious, like, and this is something that we haven't even really talked about, honestly, like what was kind of, I don't know, how would you describe like where you were when you wrote these lyrics?
That's a great question. Yeah, because this was actually out of this whole project, this was the first song that was written. And so this was written like over 2 years ago. And like I've never like really talked about this like openly, but like I just like I really wrestle with OCD, and so like this came from a place of like kind of a desperate place of just thoughts and my mind just like kind of feeling like uncontrollable, and everywhere that I was trying to like go to try to like heal it or like find like peace or rest, like it wasn't providing that, and the only place I really found true rest was with the Lord and his presence, and so this song just came from that place of like I was in a desperate place for him, and like this one was the first one, like maybe the first song like one of the first songs I've ever wrote where like it truly was like just like the exact things in my heart. I just like it just came out, and it was actually a real way to also like just process that, and so really my prayer with this song is that because I know people deal with tons of different things, from mental health stuff to just even just like life just being crazy, and there's only like in those moments like we have a decision of like how to respond and where we turn to. My prayer is that this song will just remind people that he's like a good shepherd, and he wants to like be a refuge. He wants to be a refuge for the brokenhearted and for the weary, and like my mind just thinks of like a scripture when Jesus says like cast your burdens, like he talks about like to like cast your burdens to him because he cares for you, like just even that, like just the sweetness of the Lord. He's like, give it to me, like I care for you, like I understand, like I see how you're hurting, and I want to carry that for you, and I want to lift you up and be a refuge in your place of rest. And so yeah,
It's like he wants to carry it.
Yeah, and that's like that just brings us in a deeper relationship with him, of like experiencing him as a refuge, experiencing him as a God who cares for us and who lifts our burdens, and so I've experienced that in my life, just through this individual struggle. But I know that that's not everyone's struggle. Everyone kind of has a different thing, but his character is like the same all the way through that. So yeah.
That's so good. I love what you said about there's times in scripture where God is like, you know, so many times where he says, come to me, I'll give you rest. And, you know, take my yoke upon you, for my burden is easy, and my yoke is easy and my burden is light. And I think it's so significant that, or he'll say phrases like, those who find their rest in the Lord, you know, etc. And I think it's significant. It's like he knew that like the human condition would be to find rest in or to search for rest
Yeah.
in a lot of other things.
Yeah.
And that like every like, I don't know how much marketing for products is built around this idea of like, this will give you rest.
Well, especially when if you're desperate, like if you're really at a place where you've kind of like reached the end of yourself with like, I don't know what to do with this, like whatever it is, like there's always you're desiring to like resolve that and heal that, and like just the prayers that in that place we would turn to the Lord. And he's not just there for when we're at the end of ourselves, like he's there with us like the entire way. And so like, but yeah, so that's the prayer.